Good morning, everyone. It's Heather here. It is Thursday, Throat Punch Thursday, August 5th. Can you believe these charts? We are holding in, I have the S&P futures sitting up here, and you can see we are holding in such a tight little channel here, just kind of accumulating. Volume's been just fine, just kind of hanging out, moving along here. We've touched the 8 almost every day here in our futures. So remember, in times like this when we're just consolidating, especially if you're playing options, you either need to give yourself a little bit more time, maybe take a little less share size, or be willing to take a little less profit simply because we're not getting the movement within the stocks. So, excuse me. So keep an eye on this channel. I recommend that if you draw on your charts, draw on your charts. If you don't draw on your charts, you need to draw. Right? It just gives us a good visual when you quickly flip through charts of where some areas are of resistance or support. Remember, we just came back and touched the 20 and the 50 here. So we want to watch for these moving averages to kind of move along and catch up. And remember, we like to keep those moving averages coming back together, at least coming back and touching them. That's not a bad thing. That is pure market normal market action, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. Okay, so let's hop in. I did see this morning that Roku, it reported yesterday. I have a few that I'm going to go through that reported. Roku reported, and it will be looking to gap down below the 50. This will set up a nice potential reversal play. I wouldn't swing it overnight, but definitely a nice reversal play in there. Mrna is the next one. So for all the good news, looks like they're going to sell it off a little bit, but I would watch this one. It is sitting at $3.99, so right inside this candle
INS
here.
Intelligence.
I would go ahead and watch this one as well for a reversal. Back up today. All news is good in there. After the close, we have NVAX that will be reporting, so keep an eye on that one. Probably a good day trader. It's moving pretty well here in the pre-market. And then, of course, along with that, you can look at some of the other names like BNTX. BNTX this morning is down, looking pretty much like Mrna. So watch for reversals in these. BNTX does report next week. So keep an eye on that. Remember, a lot of these, bio companies and drug companies still reporting. So always go and check earningswhispers.com. They have a great site. You can type in the ticker symbol and check out and see where those earnings are. Okay, let's hop into a few that we were looking at yesterday. Snap on my list here. Love the look of this. We had a bullish gap after earnings. We held most of that bullish gap, made a nice run yesterday. For Snap, I'm going to be watching the 917.80s. Want it to come through the close of yesterday. That's going to bring us right up here across one of these little volume shelves, although we're in a good spot. This is the volume profile, where it's obviously a larger volume pointing to the right. That means that there's a lot more volume there, and that can be used for support or resistance. So in this case, we're using this area for support in the 75.30 range, but not a lot of resistance to go up and make that breakout. So Snap, the 917.80s. From our scans yesterday afternoon, we do those every afternoon during power hour. So if you have a chance to come on in and check it out, please be sure to do so. ADI, moving along well. I have a couple different trend lines in here, one a little longer. None of them are very long, but they have earnings coming up. Nice little earnings catalyst. Nice march up here. If you flip it over to the weekly, it's going to be just candle over candle. And also what I like here is that we put in a higher open and a higher close yesterday. I actually like this anything over the 170, I'm going to say 172.50 on these. I like the 917.180s. That allows it to work its way up through the candle. If it opens up higher, I would watch this upper trend line here and use an opening range break on that chart. All right, Zoom info. Wow, look at this. So after earnings, bullish gap here. Brought it back down, sold those earnings off, still held a good portion of the gap. Came back in yesterday, pushed it right back up. Really like the look in this chart. the 10, 15, 60s. Now I know 10, 15, that's going way out to October. The September just didn't really have enough interest, but if you were looking for a much shorter play, you could play the August 20th 60s. Just remember the decay will creep up on you a lot faster if you're looking at those August plays. Ooh. Maxim integrated products here, looking for a continued move over the 50. Really big candle yesterday, a lot of good volume here. We opened up just above the 20, took that dip, but quickly pushed our way back up, closed just a smidge above the 50 there. I like the look in this. I'd be a little bit more cautious with that big price action, and I would use the 50 as a stop. I like these for the 917 105s. Facebook took a nice little move yesterday. It beaten up here a little bit in the last several sessions. Used the 20 very nicely, pushed on up. Continued action today. We'll pull that 3 EMA nicely up over the 8 EMA. We have a little gap up here. Looking at Facebook at the September 17th, 370s. Chewy's one that we've been watching on and off here for a while. We came back in. The 3 tagged up the 8. We pushed away from the 200 very nicely. And yesterday we closed right at some resistance here, like this up to the initial trend line, and then on up for the to the second trend line that we drew in. And we also cleared out a lot of resistance. You can see we had a lot of support resistance right in this area. I'm watching the 917 90s on those. DocuSign. Goodness, we watched it all the way through here. I know several played it. Just a beautiful move. Came back in, tagged up, took another move. Nice little break. So this proved to be a bull flag. And now we'll watch for the continuation here today after that push off of the 20. Looking at the 917 90s on this, and I like this up here. Ooh. The 917 300s or the 320. So oddly enough, the 310s just didn't really have anything. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So look at the 917 300s or 320s. I know that these are a bit expensive. Okay, and then a couple that I didn't set up. Watchcoin. Bitcoin this morning is back down to the 200. Really struggling with trying to stay away from this 200 and stay over the 40,000 mark. But if it does make that run, I would take a look at coin. I like the shorter term trend line. It does have earnings coming up, so this may end up being a play after earnings. But watch Bitcoin and watch coin to move along with it. Datadog moving off of earnings, so strictly an earnings play today. It is moving very nicely. I would watch that on an ORB. Builder does not have, BLDR does not have really good options. Like the overall move in this, home builders have been doing very well. I like Lennar for a reversal off of yesterday's. You see that we held this area very nicely. This is the area I'm watching. Watch Lennar for a reversal back up to touch this upper trend line. We talked about NVAX already. Remember, take a look at all of those. And then I can't go on without talking about semiconductors. Oh my goodness. Just oh my goodness. There's nothing. I have no technical term for this other than oh my goodness. So AMD continuing to do well. On semiconductor, this one's been on our list as well. On semiconductors. Mew's a little more quiet. Nice, easy play in there. Up over this Fibonacci line. I actually like it up over 82.20 in Mew. And sticking in technology, Marvel. This was on our list yesterday. Love this upper trend line that we're playing. Looking for a higher open than yesterday's open and higher close just for continuation. Nice little volume building up in there. And earnings coming up as a catalyst. And for those who like to play Tesla, a quick look here at Tesla. Tesla's turning itself back up this morning. Like that it's holding up over the 700 and even more that it's holding up over this Fib line at 708.50. So lots of day trade possibilities in there. All right, that is it for me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will be in and out as Lexi is home this morning. I have family here, but I will be here to answer your questions. Send me a private message. You can send me an email, heatherc@givingtreetrading.com, or if you are in the chat room, like I said, that private message, or you can make sure to tag my name and a question. Also, we have a great community. There's a lot of other people who'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, hope you have a great day. I will see you later.